All right, we can hear you now.
Okay, awesome.
Brandon, so good to have you.
Yay. Oh,
Yay.
look, I'm just so happy to be here tonight. And I was so excited when I received a phone call saying, hey, could you just come on and share a couple words with the group? And, I spent the afternoon thinking, what if I had, just one or two things that I could share with all of you, what would that be? And I'll just give you a 30-second backstory. I was introduced to Travis and Timothy back in September, and I didn't take advantage of the offer when it came. Like, I didn't even take advantage of the little amount that they had shared within a different mastermind group that I'm in. And it would be equivalent to what you've learned over the last 3 days, only it was a little more compressed for me. And I know we're not supposed to live with regrets, but I do regret not taking advantage of that learning when I learned it, that teaching when I learned it. I didn't apply it until November. And so I was one of these people that it's not that I didn't believe it could work. I was just thinking, I don't know, maybe it's just too much on my plate right now, or maybe it is. Maybe I didn't believe it was going to work for me. But in November, I got pushed over the ledge and I said yes and applied the principles that they had taught to us. And by the way, I have paid for and joined their course. And so I'm not just saying this off my back. I've made the investment in my own education to learn these things. But on November 15th, I listed my first few items and I woke up to this torrential rain of orders. And I will say this, that if you're concerned about spending $997, I wouldn't doubt yourself and I wouldn't doubt the opportunity. Within the first 2 weeks of applying these principles, my profit was $8,000.
Wow.
And so I I couldn't believe it. And let me tell you, it was not like, wow, this is so exciting. It was like, whoa, this is so overwhelming. I couldn't believe it. I shed a few tears because it was almost like I just got thrown in the fire. But if you're worried about paying back the $1,000 investment, I'm here to say that comfortably, anyone that I teach this method to now, I introduce them to this, they're comfortably making $100 a day. So I would say, in 10 days, you could have this course paid back just by applying the principles. If you um, if you sign up tonight, you can watch enough videos tomorrow to really get started by tomorrow night. So that's how simple it is. And since then, I'm consistently having $100 days. And some days I get closer. I mean, I want to be like Eli and Jonathan. These guys were so inspiring tonight. And
Yes.
when we go full view and we look at the whole gallery of people here, we're not looking at, like, none of us got dressed up for tonight. We're not, you know, sitting in our 5-star hotel. We're just like, if you're like me, you're like a mom, a wife, you've got 3 kids, and nothing fancy schmancy. It's just like everyday average people can just do this, and don't doubt yourself. I did read in one of the comments, there was a 77-year-old, I think, gentleman in the group, and he's like, I'm 77 years young and I'm still trying to find an opportunity that will work for me in e-commerce. And I'm thinking, you can do this. Like, you can
Yes.
totally do this because you don't need a master's degree. You just need, if even just a phone or a computer, the internet, and you just need to know how to copy and paste. I mean, it's pretty simple. So
Yes.
this is for people like you and me. And there was a couple things that were said, and then I'll hop off. But one thing I love about tonight, and you've probably noticed over the last 3 nights, is like, there's a difference between what you're taught and what is caught. And if you've been a part of this and your heart's been open, you're going to notice that you're catching things. You're not just being taught things, but you're catching things, and they're really going to change sort of the trajectory of your life. I know that sounds a little bit like unbelievable, but I can say that since having this extra income in my small world, it has made a wealth of difference in the lives of others. And I'm the person who has been, a couple of years ago, I met in the southern regions of Mexico on the coast. I met a young widow. She was 28 at the time with 2 small children. And I don't speak Spanish. She doesn't speak English, but we just fell in love with each other. And there was like this connection. And I said to her within, I think maybe it was like on my second or third to last day of being there, I said to her, we're going to build you a house. This woman is a woman who lives in what I would call like 2 shells of a home. And I said to her, we're going to build you a house. Now, I had no idea what I was committing to when I said that, but we are now at the stage, and Timothy and Travis know this, but this is like a year and a half later. And this is where connecting your why, what is in your heart to do. If you don't have a why, then this is going to be really hard for you to succeed in, you know, receiving this type of income in your life. But when you can connect it to a why,
yes,
the blessings just flow,
yes,
right?
yes.
And now we're to the point where this woman, last week, I worked for a couple days straight. We have her electricity in place. She can switch on her lights at her home. Her children are begging to go out there every night.
Wow.
Can we go out and look at the lights? Because this is a woman who never in her life has ever had a front door. She's just never even had the ability to lock a front door. And so now, so this extra income, sure, it's blessing my family. I've got 3 children and they cost money. I don't know. You're just like throwing money out the door when you have kids, right? But, you know, like I'm connected this to a purpose and a reason. And I was talking with the guys, I don't even know, yesterday or a couple days ago, and I was just like, can you imagine being able to do something big like that for people, for causes, for the environment, whatever it is that you are passionate about, animal shelters, you know, orphans, things like that. Just, can you imagine being able to have money where you don't even have to think twice about saying yes?
Yes.
And for me, it has always been like this calculated risk, you know, like what do I have to exchange in order to be able to give? And now I'm finally feeling like the freedom to just be able to say yes without having to think too much. And that's a huge mind shift for me. So guys, you know, don't be like me. Don't wait from now and then 4 months later get started. Just say yes today. Just jump in, find a way to make it happen. Start learning tomorrow and start listing, you know, more items tomorrow night. And I really believe that there's just a I called it with the guys, it's like an anointing. It's like a gift that they're giving you, and you're here for a reason. There's a purpose for all of us that are on this call. And don't be like me and hesitate. Just take the step of faith. And if you don't have, I'll say this one other thing too. If you're feeling like, you know, I don't know if this can work for me, or I'm not sure, then I want to say to you that we have Eli, we have Jonathan, myself, Timothy, and Travis, and you can borrow our faith tonight. We can loan you the faith to get over your fear. And I know that sounds a little bit wishy-washy, but it's really not. If you just grasp what I'm saying and what these guys have shared with you, I promise you, this will change your world. And it's an amazing connection to take something so simple like selling an item on a platform that the whole world uses. And it brings this extra income, even $100 a day. I know for some of you, this would be life-changing. Yes. And to receive $300 or $400 a day, to be like Jonathan, I think he said he's profited $53,000 since he started. The impact to your dreams, to your world, to your children. For some of you, this may mean that you can go to the grocery store and not have to think twice about what you buy and put in your cart. And so this is just huge. So I just want to share with you, don't be like me and hesitate. Borrow our faith and borrow the money if you need to sign up for the course and take advantage of it. And one thing that's included in this, which is the millionaire mindset, the other thing, sorry guys, I know there is one more thing I want to say. So in my
That's
family, we are
awesome.
all like visual learners. And the fact that you've included 3 days of intensive, sort of workshops with people who sign up, for and become founding members. I love that. Founding members. You can become a founding member
Yeah.
tonight.
Yep.
And to have that 3 day intensive, that's worth thousands of dollars. You don't get that everywhere. And to have Zoom calls every month. So this is really, really a rich opportunity for you. And I just don't want you to hesitate. I love you guys. I am blessed to be a
Love you
part of
too.
this.
That's
I'm
so
just super
amazing.
excited. So for all of you, I just say go for it, borrow our faith tonight. We're here for you. And I plan on seeing you guys in that intensive workshop next week or the week after.
Yeah, yeah,
So thanks
amazing.
guys for letting me
Thank you,
share.
man. And that was incredible. And I love what
Thank
you
you.
said. I mean, we are really here. Like it is crazy, but God's really putting together people with the same hearts, Travis and myself, but Jonathan, Eli, yourself, and so many others that I believe that's the whole idea. We're here to help each other, and we really are a family. And if you're feeling